Hello, everyone. I'm Pankhuri Jain. I'm a certified yoga instructor. And previously, I've worked in IT also. But once I started walking on the path of yoga, it was almost impossible to return. So you feel like learning more and more, digging deeper and deeper into the subject. So that's the reason I joined this course with our wonderful Nutan ma'am. And I'm so glad that I did this course with her. I learned a lot with her. Many of the misconceptions that I had were cleared after this course. So I'm very grateful to our Nutan ma'am for providing a lot of knowledge to us. So my today's topic is menstruation and puberty. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to our Nutan ma'am for providing all the knowledge, for clearing all my doubts, and for creating this wonderful course, which can help a lot of women, a lot of girls, and I would say even boys should attend this course. In our batch, there was not a single boy, but I feel that even boys, husbands should attend this course. There's a high need in the society. So I would also like to express my gratitude towards my teachers, my parents, my sister and husband who supported me throughout my journey, whether I was leaving my IT job, high paying salary and switching to this yoga path, but they were all very supportive throughout my journey. So before we start discussing what is menstruation, let's see a beautiful quote that I came across while preparing this presentation. So menstruation is a small price that you pay for being blessed with the grandest gift you can ever wish for, and that is the privilege to give birth. So let's see some facts about menstruation, which hardly anyone knows. At least I was not knowing before doing this course and preparing for this presentation. So I thought I'll let you also know about all this. So in a woman's life, she undergoes around 450 periods. So that's like 10 years of drowning in her own blood. Isn't it terrifying to know that? Yeah, it's terrifying, but it's true. And the sound of your voice changes during your period. And even your body odor changes when you are on your period. So a male's testosterone levels rise when he whips the clothing worn by an ovulating woman, but not by a menstruating woman. Isn't it interesting to know this fact? Yeah. And you know, Disney made a movie long back in the 1940s on menstruation. And the name of the movie was The Story of Menstruation. I am definitely going to watch this movie after I get free from this. So I would suggest you also watch this movie. And you know, the first tampon patent was filed by a male in 1931. Yeah. So let's start with the presentation. The points to be covered today are puberty, menstruation, menarche, menstrual cycle, Rajaswala Paricharya, life and lifestyle and diet during periods, and of course, yoga for menstrual health. So what is puberty? Puberty is the time when brain sends signals to certain body parts to grow and change and make the girl's body become more like an adult body. Okay, and these signals are nothing but our hormonal changes. So let's see in this video, the girl will become taller. You know, she will get pimples or acne. She will sweat more because of the pubic hair below her underarms and near the vulva. Her breasts will grow. Her hips will get wider. And most important, she will get her first menstruation. So what are periods? When during puberty, the brain sends signals to the ovary to release an egg per month. So from where are these eggs coming? Actually, when a girl is born, there are more than 2 million of eggs in her ovary, but those eggs are not getting released until she gets her puberty. So during puberty, one egg is released every month from the ovary and it comes to the fallopian tube. Let's see in this video. Yeah, so the egg is released from the ovary. It comes to the fallopian tube and waits there for an anticipated sperm. And simultaneously, the uterus lining is thickened. And this is also getting prepared for possible pregnancy. And if the fertilization is not happening in the fallopian tube, then the egg comes to the uterus, and at the end of the month, along with the endometrium lining, it sheds out through the vagina in the form of periods or menstruation. So there's a high need in the society for acceptance, education, and normalization of periods. We call periods like very hidden names are given, code words, I can say, like red alert, red flag, in time, downtime, and whatnot. So we should accept periods as periods, make it normal. Periods is a natural process, so make it normal. No need to hide it. No need to be ashamed of it. So accept it, educate everyone about periods, not just girls, everyone. And we are using various things during our periods: pads, tampons, period underwear, menstrual cups. So it depends on the comfort level of the girl. So what is menarche? Menarche is basically your first menstruation. So, and the age of menarche is between 10 to 15 years of age. And if a girl gets her first period before 10 years of age, or she gets more after 15 years of age, then both are a point of concern and a doctor should be consulted. But these days, girls have started getting periods before 10 years of age also. So it depends on the lifestyle also. And there are various factors. The determinants of menarcheal age are still under research. And some of these factors are the socioeconomic conditions, the genetics, the general health of the girl, nutritional status, exercise, even the place and the season where she stays, the family size, and I would say even the environment that she's getting in the family. That is also very important. Okay, so the menstrual cycle, as you can see in this diagram, the first 5 days are for the menstruation. And this is also called as Artav Kal, and this is a Vata predominant period. From the 6th day to the 10th to the 11th day is the follicular phase in which the follicle is developing. And from the 12th day to the 16th day is the ovulation period. But basically ovulation is happening on the 14th day. And ovulation period is also called as Rajpushpa Darshan Kal. And follicular phase and ovulation phase combined are also called as Ritu Kal. And post-ovulation period is also called as Ritu Vyatit Kal. It is an infertile period. And after the end of 28th day, as I already told, that if the fertilization is not happening, then again menstruation will start. Okay, and there are various factors that affect the normal menstrual cycle, like your stress, your sleeping pattern, your late nights, and even your screen time, your traveling, and a lot of things affect this normal cycle. And it's different for every woman. What I've shown in this diagram is just an average menstrual cycle, and it's not a generalized thing. It's average cycle, and it can differ. It can vary from 21 to 35 days. So if the cycle is less than 21 days, or if it's more than 35 days, then it is a point of concern and a doctor should be consulted. If there is no fixed pattern, no rhythm in the periods, then also a doctor should be consulted. And if you're getting too heavy flow, or maybe too scanty flow, if you're having too much pain that you're unable to carry on with your normal routine work, then also a doctor should be consulted. And PMS is nothing but your premenstrual syndrome, the symptoms that you get before or during your menstruation, like your cramps, bloating, headache, dizziness, weakness, tiredness, tenderness of the breast, many other symptoms. And it also differs from girl to girl. Rajaswala Paricharya means taking care of a menstruating girl so that the bija quality is good. Bija means basically the ovum that will be used for the pregnancy later in her life. So if the bija quality is good, then only the pregnancy and basically the embryo can be of a good quality. So Heyam Dukkham Anagatam means preventing, taking care of a menstruating girl so that, the problems in the future can be prevented. So take care now to prevent future problems. And there are various myths and facts related to menstruation. So some of these you can see below. So like we say that the girl is impure during her period. So there's nothing like that. The girl is not impure. Basically, she's throwing out impure blood from her body. And it is said that do not enter kitchen or temple. So these rituals or practices are basically meant for the resting of the girl. So it is good to rest during your menstruation. And sleeping on a hard surface, that is also good practice, because if you sleep on the floor, it reduces your vata and even helps in relieving your back pain. Keep calm and stay away from men. It is basically to avoid the intercourse. So intercourse is definitely not recommended during your periods. And you should follow yama, niyama, healthy diet and lifestyle during your periods. And of course, avoid all strenuous and excessive activities when you're menstruating. Even excessive laughing, speaking loudly, excessive exercise, all such things are totally contraindicated during your menstruation. Here you can see in this various things which are recommended during menstruation: keeping yourself hydrated, have lots of water, sattvic food, don't skip your meals, avoid junk food and outside food completely, have protein diet, have lots of fluids and fruits, and of course maintain proper menstrual hygiene. And other things are recommended throughout your life, not during your menstruation. Like you should exercise at least 30 to 45 minutes every day, and annual health checkups. Pap smear test should be done by all married women at least once in 3 years. And especially if you have any problem like vaginal discharge, too much vaginal discharge, or itching, or any such symptoms which need to be looked upon, then definitely you should go for pap smear test. And have probiotic food. So let's see yoga for menstrual health. So it can be divided into 3 parts: during periods, before periods, and after periods. So during periods, the yoga will be different from the other 2 categories. So during periods, what you can do, you have to focus more on the pranayama and the relaxation, shavasana. So in pranayama, you can give cooling pranayama, basically, unless the girl is having scanty periods. If she is having scanty periods, then it will be a different case. Otherwise, in general, she can do cooling pranayama like Shitli, Shitkari, and Nadi Shodhan pranayama, Brahmri is definitely recommended. Then Shavasana, relaxation, and very mild asanas like Vajrasan, Veerasan, and definitely no inverted asanas, definitely no advanced asanas, all the very mild asanas she can do during her periods. And before and after her periods, she can include everything. There is no such restriction unless she have any health problems. So otherwise, anything that is, opening the hip opening asanas and, the pelvic opening asanas, those are very good for good menstrual health. Like Veerbhadrasana, the warrior poses, Parshvakonasana, the Trikonasana, and whatever is opening up your hip area, the pelvic opening asanas, and even the twisting asanas, Ardha Matsyendra, and all the twisting asanas in which your belly is being squeezed, your abdominal organs are being massaged. Those are all good for your menstrual health. So in the end, I would like to specially mention about this movie, Padman. If you have not seen this movie, even if you don't know Hindi language, I would definitely recommend you to see this movie, Padman, which is based on this topic, menstruation. It is a true story based on Arunachalam Muruganantham, a man who was belonged to a small village. And after realizing the problems his wife is facing during menstruation, because they were very poor and they couldn't afford the pad, so he, fought against his own family, the village, the society, and he was not having any financial support, but still somehow he managed to create a low-cost pad. And even he was invited to the United Nations for a lecture after his achievement. So we need such type of men in our society. And at least if not such men, we need men and boys who support girls and women who are menstruating. The role of men and boys being fathers, brothers, and friends, colleagues, every role is important. And I would like to give my example. When I was small and I didn't get my periods very early. So when my classmates, my friends used to, get their menarche, the boys used to make so much fun, because everyone came to know. If you're getting a menarche in the school, obviously everyone will come to know. The teacher will come and, the girl will go out of the class hiding herself or something like that. And the boys were making so much fun. And, that negatively impacted me so much that I used to pray to God every day that God, please don't give me periods, please don't give me periods. I used to sleep every night saying this, because that embarrassment, that shame, humiliation, that somehow impacted me so negatively, and I never wanted to, get this periods thing. So it's the need of the society that please remove the taboo, the stigma around menstruation. Any woman would agree that menstruation sucks, but what sucks more, it is the humiliation and the suffering that she has to go through because of menstruation. So in the end, I would like to thank you all for listening to me so patiently, and I'm sorry for extending the time. And I would just like to end with this beautiful quote that I came across. How am I beautiful when I'm pregnant, but not when I'm menstruating? Don't you know you can't have one without the other? Thank you so much, Nutan ma'am. Thank you, everyone.